Great. Next question is, this is a question that was given to me by a listener, and it's one that we talk about unfunded mandates. We talk about laws that are restrictive, and one of the laws constantly being renewed by the state legislature every 2 years is the binding arbitration provision when applied to police contracts. Supervisors and mayors feel that binding arbitration does result in higher costs for police services when these contracts are being negotiated because of the binding arbitration provision. So before July 1st, 2013, as Assemblyman, you will get the opportunity to vote on the binding arbitration law since it will be sunsetted without legislative renewal, without legislative action. So what is your position on the binding arbitration provision, and how would you vote on this issue? And I'll start with Kyle first.
Sure, thank you. I'm happy to speak on this. During my time on the village board, we've been through 2 rounds of negotiations, one with our CSEA, one with our police. And I first want to say that I'm very fortunate. We have wonderful unions and wonderful employees in the village of Goshen. The binding arbitration is a challenge for leaders because, you know what, Taylor law sets up negotiations where you have the municipality and you have the union, and they both make mutual concessions and come to an agreement. But what that was a unilateral concession made by New York State on behalf of the municipalities. And really, there's no reason that a union would want to give in and make a concession to match a municipality concession if they know it's going to go to a third-party arbiter. And the problem with the third-party arbiters is they don't take into account the financial stake that's in it for the municipality, and they don't take into account whether or not taxpayers can afford these things, and they don't take into account other state mandates. That arbiter looks around at your neighboring municipalities and says, well, this town, and this town, they gave out 4 percentage points, therefore 4% looks good for you. Boom. And I think that it's more nuanced than that, and we have workers and unions that are willing to work with their villages and municipalities. But the reality is, with that provision in there, there's really no incentive to do so. Thank you.
Thank you. Colin?
Thanks, Frank. Yes, quite simply, we have very hard-working families on both sides of this public employee spectrum, and we need to proceed in a fair and equitable way and ensure that those who work and live in our area, who are also taxpayers, are protected and don't wake up one morning on the wrong side of a rogue decision. So.